Look at any photograph from 1970s America. A crowded beach on a hot summer day, a city sidewalk on a Monday morning, a school cafeteria at lunchtime, a shopping mall on a Saturday afternoon. Notice anything? Nobody is fat. Not just a few people, not just the athletes, everyone. The dads, the moms, the teenagers, the kids, the grandparents, an entire nation of slim people eating hamburgers, drinking Coca-Cola, going to McDonald's, and never once counting a single calorie. How did they do it? And what happened to us? That is exactly what this video is about. In 1970, only 13% of American adults were considered obese. Today, that number is 42%, nearly triple in just 50 years. And here is the part that should stop you cold. Americans in the 1970s were not disciplined fitness fanatics. They were not on special diets. They were not counting macros or doing intermittent fasting. They ate white bread, butter, red meat, whole milk. They went to McDonald's. They drank Coke. And they were slim. Something changed between then and now. Not the food itself, at least not entirely. Something deeper changed. The entire way Americans live their daily lives, and once you understand what that world actually looked like, you will never look at your dinner plate the same way again. In 1970s America, dinner came from the kitchen, not from a drive-through window, not from an app on your phone, not from a freezer box with a microwave symbol on the side. Mom cooked every single night. Meatloaf on Monday, pork chops on Wednesday, a whole roasted chicken on Sunday that became soup on Monday, and sandwiches on Tuesday. Nothing was wasted. Every meal was built around stretching ingredients as far as they could go. And because someone stood at that stove for an hour, portions were controlled, naturally, without thinking about it. You ate what was cooked, you cleaned your plate, and then dinner was over. Nobody drove to McDonald's at midnight. Nobody ordered a second pizza. There was no second pizza. The kitchen closed after dinner, and that invisible boundary kept an entire generation slim without anyone ever trying. Here's something that will genuinely surprise you. A McDonald's regular Coca-Cola in 1970 was 7 ounces. Today, a medium Coke is 21 ounces and a large is 30. The original McDonald's hamburger weighed 1.6 ounces. Today's quarter pounder is 4 ounces before cooking, and that is considered the small option. A standard dinner plate in the 1970s was 9 inches across. Today, the average dinner plate is 12. Same food, 40% more of it, every single day for 50 years. Nobody sat down and decided to become overweight. The world around them simply kept putting more on the plate, and the human brain, wired since prehistoric times to finish what is in front of it, obliged every single time. We did not become less disciplined. The portions became less reasonable. In 1970s America, there were 3 meals a day: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That was it. No mid-morning snack, no afternoon handful of chips, no protein bar at 4 p.m., no mindless eating in front of the television at 10 at night. If you were hungry between meals, your mother said the same 4-word every American child saw and heard 1,000 times growing up: wait until dinner. And you did, because there was nothing to eat. The pantry was not full of individually wrapped snack foods. The refrigerator did not have 14 kinds of yogurt. There was food for meals, not food for boredom. And that gap between meals, that ordinary, unremarkable hunger, was doing something remarkable to American waistlines. It was keeping them small. Today, the average American eats or drinks something every 2.5 hours. That is not hunger, that is habit. And it is a habit that did not exist in 1970. In the 1970s, children went outside after school and did not come back until the streetlights came on. No one organized it, no parent drove them to practice, no coach scheduled the activity. They just went outside and moved. They rode bikes for miles, they played pickup baseball in the empty lot down the street, they built forts, they ran, they climbed trees, they got scraped knees, and came home filthy and exhausted. And they did this every single day for the entire summer. The average 1970s child walked or biked to school. Today, fewer than 1 in 10 do. And those kids were not doing this for fitness. They were not burning calories on purpose. They were just living. Moving was simply what children did because the alternative, sitting inside staring at a screen, did not exist yet. That daily effortless movement burned thousands of calories a week without a gym membership, without a fitness tracker, without anyone even noticing. Open a 1970s refrigerator and here is what you would find. Milk, real whole milk, eggs, butter, a block of cheese, leftovers in a covered dish, last night's pot roast or a bowl of soup that would become tonight's dinner. Maybe a bottle of Coca-Cola for the weekend. One bottle for the whole family. What you would not find: individually packaged snack packs, 6 flavors of flavored yogurt, a drawer full of energy drinks, pre-made frozen meals for every night of the week.